Okay, so hi everybody. Welcome to this little commentary video. Well, I say little.
We're tiny.
Yeah. Sure. I am Proboscis. With me today we have Richard.
I'm the only Brobus cast member that made it. I don't know if that's sad or if I'm just being paid by the hour. Take your pick.
Well, considering I don't pay you, I think that that says everything we need to say. We also have Torok.
Shit, I thought you were about to introduce me. Hello, it's me, Torok, washed up death metal YouTuber, but I also make thumbnails sometimes.
You
Sure.
make good thumbnails.
And we
Me
also
too, I'm
have
actually proud of it.
your only mate.
Hello.
If y'all are gonna talk over me.
For the record, Torok, you make beautiful thumbnails. And I'm not
True.
just saying
Yes,
that.
yes.
And I'm not just saying that because you put me in one of them.
Sounds like you are. I mean, I'm not
Oh,
saying that because...
you mean the reaction thumbnails? Okay, I was thinking like I just make death metal thumbnail. I do draw. Yeah, I forgot about that.
Yeah, you draw great. I'm not just saying that because Tarok's the only one who put Korra in her season 4 outfit instead of her season 1 through 3 outfit.
That's where she looks the best. I'm sorry, or it's
Thank
also
you.
like her. It's also the current, like it's the current Korra, so you know, it made sense.
Anyway, we're not here to talk about Korra. These two can do that on their own, for all I care.
I'm gonna get you into that.
No, you're
Wait.
not.
Yes, I am.
No, we're not. We're not.
No, I am.
Yeah.
I went through it, let's not.
Yeah.
Well, I
good
tried.
luck with that. I've watched Korra. Like, don't make it seem like I haven't seen it.
Well, you're gonna watch it again whenever Z-Dog joins us.
Yeah, no, I'm not.
Anyway, what did you call us for?
Yeah.
Proboscis?
Okay.
What-
Yeah. Let's talk about
what
that
are we
real
doing
quick.
here?
Because this video is gonna be long enough as is. Yeah. So, obviously, if you, I mean, I feel like we don't say this enough, but yeah. So if
That
you
battle
haven't-
be gone.
So if you haven't heard, well, first off, Richard is a prick who keeps talking over me, but that's not new. But also, death metal's in a bit of limbo right now. And not just because, oh, by the way, the season's over. I'm not gonna get too far into it. If you know, you know. And if you don't know, how do you not know? It's kind of big news, actually. But it kind of leaves the question, well, what the hell are we gonna do? Or more specifically for this channel, what the hell am I going to do? Well, I'll tell you what I'm going to do. For the foreseeable future, well, you guys really liked my speed draws. Those actually got some pretty decent views that weren't my reaction videos. So I thought, you know what? Let's continue them. Let's see how long I can draw this out for. See, I didn't even mean for that, but there you go.
I'm shaking my head right now.
Yeah, you do that. So, I don't know when I'm going to start this, but soon, relatively soon. What I'm gonna be frequently uploading to my channel are more speed draws. In particular, I'm going to be doing speed draws of previous death battle episodes. Because the season 10 ones did great. Let's see how well literally any of the other ones do. Sure, why not?
Oh.
So yeah, and I just kind of thought let's kickstart it with just looking back on the ones I've already done. Well, I say that a couple of them are being left out because they weren't in season 10. Like I did like Saitama versus Popeye, I did Harley versus Jinx, I did Gogeta versus Vegito. Obviously those are not season 10 episodes. Those are not going to be here. I know. Hold your tears. I get it. So yeah. So and we're here to just commentate over it. I'm sure these three will have some degree of questions for me. Yeah, this is really just a reminiscing video. That's really all this is. Yeah. Oh, also a bit of an announcement. I don't know when I'm gonna start this, but this is also probably going to be a lead into a little something I want to start up, which is I am hard considering opening up commissions. Again, I don't know when I'm gonna start that, but I'm figuring out details, particularly pricing. Cause I'm so scared I'm gonna like either be so like I'm either gonna be like so over that nobody's gonna buy it because like that's like seriously overpriced, or I'm gonna go seriously under and make like zero money off of it.
That's not where I thought you were going to go with that. I thought you were going to say, I'm worried I might get swarmed with like a whole bunch of requests. So it's just like too many for me at once.
I thought he was going to say,
my worry.
I thought he was going to say, I'm worried I'm going to get a lot of Transformers requests.
Man, no.
You can be worried about both.
I mean, I really should be worried about that, yeah. Because, as you'll see in this video, as I'll go over, I love that franchise, but drawing those characters is,
Bitch.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I didn't even draw half of Megatron. That was I felt like I was drawing a building, like I was being an architect. Like,
if I had a nickel for the amount of friends I have that hate drawing armor or big scaly robots, I probably would have like a couple of nickels.
Ah.
Yeah, I'm really looking forward to the armored characters you got coming up here.
Oh God! Don't get me started.
Armor is cool. Armor is cool. I think it's more the
armor is freaking sick to look at. But it is.
But have you tried drawing it?
Yeah, it is a monumental pain in the ass to draw.
Sure.
And on that note, we're gonna start off with not armor, thank God.
But spandex.
Yeah, so let's just jump right into it. Unless any of you have anything to say before we get started.
No. I'm just happy to be here with my three friends because depression is at an all-time low for me. So any chance I can have to be with these guys to get me touched up. Yeah.
Same.
Yeah.
You know, I was going to say something about how if you do have something to say, make it quick because we are almost 10 minutes in and we've done absolutely freaking nothing.
Go ahead.
But then you just say that, and now I feel like an asshole.
No. We'll talk about it as we go through.
It's fine. I'm fine. It's fine. It's fine. You're. I'm just happy to be here with you guys. That's the message. I just love you. I just love you guys.
We're letting you all know that like things are down. Things are a little bad, especially given the situation of Death Battle. Especially for me on a personal level. But despite it all, we're still here. We're still trying to have fun. I think that's a nice message overall.
Well, mate, do you have anything to comment on after all that?
I'm just gonna say, fuck you, Warner Brothers.
That's fair.
Fuck the slaver.
That's fair.
Damon the slaver can go do things that I can't say on YouTube.
Anyways, we're gonna start this off now.
I do like the temp music you got here.
Yeah, this is it's the Captain Marvel Shazam music.
Man, I forgot that episode had a great track, didn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Also, I love how you
track.
drew. Yeah, I love how you drew Anthony. Like, very good.
It's not even like
This is
I didn't
Anthony,
even.
isn't it?
Well, I didn't even. I just meant I'm just drawing an ant that can fly. I didn't.
did you give it a name?
I didn't even like.
I feel like
didn't
some
even,
ants was.
I didn't even like totally intend for it to be Anthony, but yeah, I mean, yeah, sure, yeah, it's Anthony, 100%.
I feel like I thought first I thought it was Vincent Van Gogh. Thank you very much. Second, I'm sure the ant was more complex to draw than Ant-Man himself.
Oh yeah, no, 100%.
Any references that you use?
Not really. I just kind of looked up a comic panel, like a very famous Ant-Man comic panel, of like him running with like a bunch of ants, and I was like, yeah, that works. That's also where the design comes from, I'm pretty sure, for Ant-Man himself.
I would have loved to see how you draw Scott's Ant-Man.
Oh, this is Scott. Oops.
Wait, this is Hank Pym you're drawing.
No, he's asking like basically he would like to see you draw Scott.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Maybe in the future.
The Scott Lang mask.
Scott more or less has the same costume. Like, depends on which reference you want. You can use the MCU design,
or distinguish it. Go with the MCU.
Yeah, that's probably what I'm gonna do.
Yeah.
And here's my boy,
We're already
Brandon Routh.
moving at him.
I mean, Ray Palmer.
Should know Ant-Man took. I have the approximate times pulled up. Because I did look back at the files.
I love how you drew the actual Atom.
Yeah, I figured I had to do something since I drew Ant-Man on an ant.
Yeah, those
something.
So what is he? Is he writing the Atom? Sorry, go ahead, mate.
Something I've always liked about these is like how you set up the character model and pose. Like you draw all these shapes.
Oh yeah.
In place. I remember that was a technique brought up in an old Simpsons episode.
Yeah, it's funny because I didn't.
Technique.
It's funny because I didn't realize it until like way later. Because after the season was over, me, Richard, and Z-Dog watched The Owl House.
We did
for the first time finally. Yeah, it was fantastic. I loved it. And I after I'd made a tweet saying like, oh, by the way, I watched The Owl House finally. Suddenly my timeline was like, oh, you like The Owl House, do you? And it just gave me a bunch of like tweets about it, and one of them happened to be like a thing where like Luce is talking about how like drawing shapes helps you get proportions right, and I'm like, wait, that's what I do. What?
He was speaking to you.
Yeah. So for these edits, I tried to like make it so like they're growing because that's what they do. Like they're like growing from subatomic size or something. I feel like I could have done better with that, but oh well. Should note, Ant-Man took me about an hour and 9 minutes, and Adam took me an hour and 3 minutes. So not too long at all, actually. I actually really like drawing like the basic comic book characters because like their designs are so simple. Because they have to be drawn wonderful. Because they have to be drawn like 1,000 times. So that's why they're always so simple, and I'm just like, thank God.
Here's your first armor character.
Especially after getting to someone like this. Freaking A. So, yeah, we're moving on to Dark Souls versus Skyrim now.
And all the layers.
Yeah. Oh, well,
I hate my life.
Yeah. I'm glad you caught it. Yeah, for this one, because I typically don't do this, but for this one I felt like I had to because of just how much there is. Because when I build up like the body, like you were talking about earlier, mate, each limb is its own layer.
Makes sense.
And each limb is its own layer, and then I flatten it down when I get to like line art and coloring. But I typically just do like head, torso, shoulder, upper arm, lower arm, that kind of shit. For this one, I was like, I gotta do like upper torso, lower torso. Like, I'm like, I just can't like screw this up. Because if I do, then it's just gonna make it a lot more complicated than it already is. Because I remember, God, I remember when we were recording. So we recorded the season 9 ranking video with John Mitchell. Like a few days or something after this fight was announced at MagFest. And when we got to like Sauron versus Lich King, I asked John like, "Oh, by the way, how did you feel going into it?" Because I know like these two are both armored characters. He was just like, "I hate this fight. I hate this fight. I hate this fight." I'm just like, and he and I were both saying like, "Yeah, this was great, but like, please never again." And then we finished recording, and I remember that this fight was announced, and I was like, "Yeah, never again."
Never. I do actually want to get and replay Dark Souls. Like, this episode made me want to. I do have friends who have played Skyrim, said John Mitchell included, but Skyrim is just too overwhelming for me.
Yeah, Skyrim requires like all the time in the world.
What track did you use for Skyrim versus Dragon?
It's the Dovahkiin theme.
The what? The Dovahkiin thing?
I know this song.
Yeah. So we're on Killua versus Misaka now.
Just before we talk about the Killua, I also noticed that you also simplified the shit out of the motif on the Chosen Undeath shield, which I understand. I perfectly respect that.
Yeah. So Chosen Undead took me 2 hours 19 minutes. Dragonborn took me 2 hours 8 minutes. And as you can imagine, those were some of the worst 2 hours of my life.
Oof.
I love how they turned out, but please, never again.
Says anyone who starts playing Dark Souls.
Yeah.
So weird. It's so weird. We waited almost 2 decades to get a Hunter x Hunter character, and Killua still to this day was not the character I thought you would choose for Hunter x Hunter representation.
Yeah. But hey, shout out to that Sonic Heroes music.
Yeah. So
absolutely.
Yeah, this
when
is
when in doubt.
This is Grand Metropolis, I'm pretty sure, from Sonic Heroes.
That's it.
Okay, so question: did anybody actually know who Misaka was before this episode?
Well, I have proof that no.
Same.
I heard her name before, and like she was a pretty big request for like Killua. I've heard her thrown against like Electro before.
I've heard of Accelerator, which is
I've heard of Accelerator.
Maybe I did hear it in the past.
Accelerator wasn't even requested to fight Magneto.
Yeah.
By the way,
there we go.
Fun tip: don't ever say Misaka's name fast, because if you do, you're just gonna end up calling her Mikasa. So you really have to slow
so
it
many
down.
people.
We've all been there. We've been there.
Yeah, we've all been there.
It's literally just swap the K and the S.
Hell, I've done the reverse. So,
This episode, I said in our ranking, but this episode is very underrated in my opinion.
It really is, honestly. It's a fantastic episode. The animation is super impressive.
Oh
It's good. I just prefer all the other episodes a bit more.
Sure, but like,
how often do you get to see Wiz just freak out about Misaka
I know, I want more.
and her world?
I want more of Wiz having his moments. But By the way, I love doing
shot
like
alone.
I do love doing like
The lightning.
sort of
It
like, yeah,
looks great.
the lightning, the really just having something glow on the characters' bodies is so fun to me.
It's very satisfying to do, yeah.
Yeah. Like when we'll get to Vader later, doing a lightsaber is so much fun.
Oh, absolutely. Oh, look at that. Oh,
Ooh.
that's-
Yeah, I don't-
where
I
did you
don't-
get that from?
Yeah, I don't
Special
really
background.
Yeah, I don't really remember why I did this because the other two don't have it, but I just was like,
It's
yeah,
a great
sure,
way to have it stand out.
I kind of just did it without thinking, honestly.
Oh, also, good touch adding her hair clip. That's very good. I like that.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
So Killua took me.
No, episode 4.
Yeah, so Killua took me 1 hour 36, and Misaka was 1 hour 27.
Oh my god, that's crazy. Is it harder drawing female proportions than males?
A little bit, yeah.
Okay.
I think also both Killua and Misaka are anime characters, so they have like anime style hair, which I love
Yeah,
doing,
I think-
but
Wait.
but it is.
I forgot to say, I feel like
is
you
very
spend as
difficult
much
to do.
time you spend as much time drawing armors than you do drawing anime hair. It is
Yeah.
By the way,
like
it's too bad Raptors
Kill
not
us
here.
fucking hair, dude. Kill
I
us
know.
fucking
I
hair.
know.
Are-
I really wish
so
I made it.
I was about to say,
Raptor,
Richard,
it
too
is a
bad the
shame.
Raptor's not here.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. Yeah, because we're at Raptor's favorite episode of the season.
Yeah.
His favorite episode of the series.
Yeah, no, his and Biff. This episode got really high on his and Biff Weed's rankings, so very great. Getting some Stitch representation.
By the way, like
Yeah.
talking about
Basically-
Stitch, go ahead.
Basically, this episode for the Raptor is what Blake vs. Mikasa was for me.
Yeah.
Yes.
I do gotta say, I'm really happy that Stitch's body has like next to no like small detail on it, because doing some of these proportions, especially you saw me struggling with the arm earlier.
Yeah, the claw. Yeah.
Like that is like that was a lot more troubling than I was expecting. Like I looked at
Did you
Stitch
just?
I looked at Stitch and I was like,
Yeah, yeah.
"Oh, this is gonna be freaking easy." And then I got to his arms and I'm like,
Yeah.
Yeah, his arm and legs are like the tricky parts.
I love that little chest hair. That's just so adorable that he has that one chest hair.
Yeah.
Did
yeah,
you
I had
just
to-
give him a random gun, or did you
No, that's,
base this off of?
He
I
had
think
those
it's-
guns in the episode. I
Oh.
gave him only one.
And he has them in the movie.
Yeah. I gave him only one. He has two. Oh yeah, technically he has four. But
Yeah.
But I gave
You
him
just
only
chose
one
to have
because-
him. That would have
I
been hell
want-
to draw.
Yeah. Also, I wanted both him and Rocket in these poses. So
Speaking of
Makes
Rocket,
sense.
yeah, look at
Yeah.
this.
What
Yeah,
version
fun-
of Rocket is it?
so
Is it the
it's
MCU?
it's the MCU proportions in head with like the comic book
Oh, that's right.
attire,
I
which
do
is
like-
so
I
which
do
is so
love the
funny.
comic book style.
It's so funny because little did I know, because I drew this before I watched Guardians 3.
Great movie.
So
Yeah.
Yeah,
Little-
but you referenced the original costume.
little did I know that Guardians 3 would end up doing that exact same thing that I would be doing.
Yeah, which these costumes are. Speaking of Guardians, I need to get the Guardians of the Galaxy video game that came out long ago.
I tried playing that. I couldn't get into it, honestly.
That's right. Yeah, I can understand that.
It's really not my thing, I guess.
Well, it is cool that we got to see Guardians representation. I know everyone always wanted Star-Lord in Death Battle, but Rocket being here first is, again, another surprise.
Yeah. I do hope we get Star-Lord in the future, because I would love to learn more about him from like from the comics.
Oh, he's insane in the comics. I've heard him versus
yeah.
Jonathan from JoJo.
Star-Lord? That's interesting.
Yeah.
I mostly hear.
What were you going to tell me?
I mostly hear Commander Shepard for
That is
Star-Lord.
Yeah, well,
Yeah, we're
that's
bringing in
the-
Mass Effect.
That's the
Yeah.
track we're listening to, right?
Yeah,
What's it called?
It's
Commanders,
Galactic Commandos.
Commanders.
Or Galactic
yeah.
Commanders, yeah.
That's a good track. You
Yeah,
can
it's
never go
really
wrong
good.
with Brandon's custom tracks.
Yeah, I really like. I mean, Rocket has.
I
His own
can
commission
confirm
track.
I've commissioned like 3.
It's funny because Rocket has his own commission track that I totally forgot about while making this.
Oh yeah, that was supposed to Sly Cooper, wasn't it?
Yeah, Sly Cooper.
Oh, you
Oh, here we go. It's Vader.
There we go.
Dude, you got my hopes up with one king to rule them all. I was about to expect the Lich King. I was like,
Yeah.
plus Darth Vader versus the Lich King is a matchup that's quite popular right now.
I don't know why I left that break in for so long, but okay.
It's okay.
Because I had a few for
talk us
Ant-Man.
through. Talk us through the process of drawing Vader for the first time.
Actually, you know what? This is my second time. I have another.
Okay, I'm sorry. Yeah, that's like your
I
second
have
time.
another render of Vader that I made like a year beforehand.
Yeah, you did some things different. You talked about this.
Yeah. But drawing Vader, okay, it's another armor character, and it took me quite a while. But drawing Vader is so much fun because I just love that design.
It's iconic. Like
Yeah.
it's every person's fantasy to want to draw Darth Vader.
It's also like it's not that complex an armor. Like if you
No,
compare
not
it to,
really.
like, other
It's mostly the helmet and like the boots, really.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it really boils down to that.
And maybe like the chest piece.
Yeah, maybe
Yeah,
the
the chest piece a
chest
little bit.
keeper thing.
Oh, and oh yeah, look at that! Oh my god!
Yeah,
yeah,
dude,
red
yeah,
light
it was so much fun.
That pulsating light glowing
Yeah.
off of it. So
Yeah,
good.
that was so great.
And
Red
and,
light is always
it's
fun.
too bad John or Z-Dog aren't here because I know they're huge Naruto fans.
Yeah. All right, so
I
going
forgot.
through Obito.
Hardest things to draw. Armors, anime hair, and Naruto eyes. God damn.
Yeah, if anything, look at that collar. I bet it might, like, that fucking collar he's got up. Why do Naruto characters have to have so much insane drip?
I don't know. I did
Because
feel the need to
anime.
put in. I did feel the need to put in both Naruto eyes because he has both of them. So screw it.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
I also felt like, well, Vader's got a lightsaber. I gotta give Obito something to match it, right?
The fan.
Yeah, just give him the fan. I mean, I say
I know
match
that's
it.
not what it's called.
I say match it in the episode. It lasts maybe 2 seconds, but
Yeah.
you know what I mean.
Yeah, it's a fan. Yeah, no. Look at, and of course, as is tradition, the sandals.
Yeah, gotta do sandals.
He's equipped to walk on Vader's greatest weakness.
There you go.
Oh, that's why he won. They were on a beach. He was wearing sandals. It all makes sense.
Oh, look at that.
Plus, we're on the beach. There's sand. It's coarse.
I'm surprised
rough.
you didn't give. I'm
It
surprised
got
you didn't
everywhere.
give Vader the red tint eyes, bro. That he used.
I totally did not realize he had those for a little bit. So
Yeah.
if I did, I probably would have. If I had known about it, I probably would have put it in.
Here we go. Everyone's
right.
favorite Phoenix.
Yeah, Phoenix versus Raven. Here we go.
Spoiler
battle.
Yeah.
Bird
By
battle.
the way, you want to know something funny? Jean Grey, the Phoenix, is now alive again in the comics.
Oh,
I'm not
great.
surprised.
Yeah, there's a surprise. Yeah, so doing this was interesting. I actually don't remember a lot of like the process of this. I was like, well, I have to show off the Phoenix itself.
Yeah.
Well, I think I might have actually come up with that later.
You know, the symbol is
Yeah, so
strikingly similar to Nightwing's.
So there was if you saw it earlier, I like tried to put in the Phoenix, and I was like, maybe I should do it later, like get the coloring done first. Looking back, I probably
Oh, that's a great way to do feathers, actually, to do wings like that. Never
Yeah.
saw this.
looking back, I probably could have
steal
done
that.
like the bird. Looking back, I probably could have done the bird heads, but oh well.
No.
So it's
Any
funny.
influences? Oh, good.
It's funny. After I'd finished Phoenix and I was taking a break before I moved on to Raven. And I was like planning out doing Raven because she has like her arms and then the cape and then the soul self. So I was like, how am I gonna do this? I was like, sorry. So I was like planning out the pose and like doing it myself, and I kind of realized in the midst of doing it that I unintentionally gave both of them the praise the sun pose from Dark Souls.
Well, I mean, they have their fists closed. I think that has
True.
to be open for the full pose.
Yeah. Any influences you used for Raven?
Not really, as far as I can tell.
Okay, it looks like you just gave her classic Marv Wolfman design, which is a classic design. I very smart and very original on your end, not giving her the 03 design.
Yeah.
I do
Fun
like
fact,
the wings on both.
Ooh.
Okay, I had to do that because doing them side by side with their birds was just impossible.
I can
Yeah,
imagine.
Here we go.
Makes sense.
So, I forgot what I was gonna say. Oh yeah, when I was doing my reaction to that episode, I was like, they both transformed twice in the episode. I wonder if I could do something with that. So I went back in while I was editing. I did the same thing I did with Gogeta versus Vegito, and I drew them both in the forms they show up in. I'll probably put them all on screen.
Yeah, I noticed like
Break.
during your reactions, you have them shift and whatnot depending on how the fight's going.
Yeah.
I have to ask, did you adopt that from Max when he was doing season 8?
I might have. I mostly adopted it from Gogeta versus Vegito. I was like, I can just have some fun with this.
Well, speaking of fun and anime,
Anyway, God.
Mad respects for drawing guts, because god damn it.
God damn it. Okay. Okay, if there's any episode that I'm like, please never give me something like this again, it's this one. Because both Guts and Dimitri were absolute hell. In fact, both of them are the longest, both of them took me the longest to do out of any character this season. Like, not even close.
Jesus.
Although what kind of helped mitigate the pain a little bit was that while doing both of them, I was watching a video going over I was basically watching a cutscenes video on the Blue Lions route of Fire Emblem Three Houses. So
there you go.
I was kind of doing that plus learning a bit about Dimitri as a character, so that helped a little bit.
Yeah, it gets the inspiration going.
Yeah. But God, never again, please. Drawing Guts was like, it's very heavily based on a very popular render of his. Dimitri's is too. But drawing Dimitri's armor especially just.
Dimitri has so much.
Yeah,
tiny
look at all that.
Little detail.
Yeah,
So
look
much
at all that.
So much tiny little shit. It's funny because I showed both of these to my mom, saying like yeah, these took me like the longest to do this year, and she saw Dimitri and was like, yeah, that makes sense. She saw Guts later and was like, I don't see it, and I zoomed in a little bit closer, and she was like, oh, okay, yeah.
Look at all that. It was cool. I'm happy that Dimitri fans got some good representation in here, because it was long overdue for Guts to come back.
Yeah.
Not just Dimitri, but Fire Emblem.
Yeah, exactly. That's
just Fire Emblem as a whole.
Dying to get into Death Battle.
Although I'm surprised that they went with Dimitri as the first rep and not any of the ones in Smash.
Yeah. Thinking on it,
say that too.
Yeah. But yeah.
That being said, Dimitri's is like one of my favorites I've done. It turned out really great, but the process of doing it was hell.
Oh man, I love me some Emerald Heroes. Look at that.
Yeah. Z-Dog mentioned like he wanted the track for this episode to be kind of like Emerald Heroes, and I was like, all right, bet.
I mean, one of them is green.
Yeah, it's a green alien. It counts.
And a DC character.
That
there
is
you go.
true. Holy shit.
Forget Ben 10 versus Green Lantern. He is Ben 10 versus Green Lantern.
I mean, he does have shapeshifting, so that's not even wrong.
Yeah. Again.
Doing that, doing this part was hell.
Oh yeah,
I can tell.
Trap.
Like that was
Not trap.
like
battle
everything else.
Harness.
Yeah, everything else was like pretty straightforward. It's pretty typical like comic book superhero outfit, but that cross on his chest was like, why is this so difficult?
Yeah,
it's just like it's a red X. It should not be this difficult, but it is.
And of course, you got to draw the 6-pack. Very good.
Yeah.
How
Obvious.
Humans react to him when he goes out like that.
All right.
Go on.
So obvious should be obvious, but this is heavily based on the Justice League cartoons.
Yeah, that's good.
So yeah. I think the pose is mostly based on his own render from Injustice. Just now he has legs.
Yeah, that is good. And then here we are.
And then Silver Surfer. So I went into this and I was like, part of me was like, this is gonna be like the easiest one ever. But the other part of me was like, I'm actually freaking terrified because like, what if this is like What if it's like Deceptive, you know? Like, what if it's like...
Yeah.
Silver Surfer is an interesting challenge because he's just a naked dude, but the fact that he's entirely silver, it makes you want to experiment a little bit with
But also, too, there's the body proportions. Because have you ever noticed how he poses sometimes? He doesn't pose like a traditional comic book character where he's straight. He's always posing like diagonally.
It's just like a surfer.
Yeah, he's surfing, of course.
Yeah.
Yeah, so most of Toraki mentioned like experimentation. For this one, I mostly went with like, well, he's silver, not gray, so like let's lead into that like chrome a little bit.
Heavily shadow him.
I okay, because I remember like my way of drawing
here it is.
Silver Surfer is I went with the Silver Surfer cartoon, which is very like. He's entirely white, but has like very pronounced shadows that are like entirely black.
I've seen those, yeah.
I think it was an interesting style to go for a Silver Surfer.
Ooh, look at that! Nice.
Yeah.
That's very good.
God, I wish more people would appreciate this. This is an underappreciated episode, in my opinion.
Oh no, the same. Why do you think I ranked it so high in my ranking?
It turned me into a fan of Martian Manhunter. Like, definitely. I think
John Jones is a great character.
John Jones is fucking based. I was honestly, like, shocked at how much I would sympathize with him. Like,
Anyway, so here's here's one of two characters that are... Oh, actually, there's a few more than that. All right, never mind. I was gonna say this. Here's one of two characters that took me less than an hour to do.
Yeah.
Although this one took me less than a half hour. Like it's literally it is literally just a triangle with arms and legs. That's it.
Well, that and an eye. Yeah, I think Z-Dog would heavily appreciate how you did this. And yeah, look, I love what you did with the expression there with the eye because
I tried to do more. Yeah, I tried to do more of like a smug thing, but I just couldn't figure out how to do it.
Because I love how expressive Bill is with his eyes.
Yeah.
Also, as of this commentary, Z-Dog and I still haven't gotten Bro into Gravity Falls. Yeah,
it's true. It's true. Yeah, I said like. Yeah, like when this episode comes out, I'll get into Gravity Falls, and I feel bad that I haven't, but yeah. So apparently, like when I finished this, and we did the podcast for this episode shortly after, Richard, you were very excited that I gave him his cane, and I was like,
I was.
and I was like, oh, I thought this was kind of like a staple, but I guess not.
No, yeah, he doesn't use the cane that often. Like, it was just like maybe a couple times, and then after that, he never uses the cane. It's not a permanent accessory. So yeah, I really loved how you gave him a cane.
Maybe if I did,
bro.
maybe if I knew that, I would have given him the blue fire like I did Discord.
Yeah,
Speaking of-
I was so looking forward to how you
Bro.
were drawing Discord.
How intimidated were you to do draw Discord?
I was not intimidated whatsoever. I'm not even lying. Like I, like I was like, he's a cartoon character. I know that he's got like a asymmetrical body, but like,
Yeah. If there's anybody you should ask, I remember I asked Bro that too, and Bro was like, it's easy. And then I asked John Mitchell, I was like, hey John, Discord's one of your favorites. How'd you feel? And he's like, I hate this. John just wanted to die.
Discord is a perfect balance of like chaotic, so it's kind of hard to remember which piece goes where. You know,
Yeah.
it's important to keep track of where's the lion part, where's the eagle part, where's the where's the goat part. But like once you figure that part out, you know, it gets a bit easier.
Oh, look at
yeah.
that.
I mean,
that.
Discord.
I like the glitching.
Discord took me like an hour and a half, and that's really just because like
He's got more stuff going on.
I drew him while we were recording the podcast for this episode.
That's right. Yes, that's right.
Oh
yes.
yeah. You were
because
just like, I'm out.
Yeah, because I was like not participating in the conversation at all. So I was like, I'm just gonna get this out of the way right now as well. So like the recording, I don't have the file anymore, but like the raw recording of the podcast, which is usually like a black screen, like an hour and a half of it is me drawing Discord.
Jeez. And now from one champion episode to another, we get my favorite, most famous drawing of Death Battle.
And I remember asking Bro, are you going to use Legends Never Die? And he said, I mean, if it doesn't get me copyrighted.
And then, well, I didn't get it blocked, thank God, but yeah, I did get, I'm not making any money off this video.
Is it bad that, like, one of my first thoughts, just in retrospective because of the episode, what if you just used I Am All of Me?
You know, I was actually planning on using, Break Through It All.
Oh, that would have been cool.
But then I was like, but then I came up with a different idea, and that different idea is on my channel right now.
I love how
I was thinking about.
I love how you did the stubbles. You don't do characters with stubbles that often.
No, and looking back on how I did it for Cole, I kind of wish I could go back and do it and do that same thing for Dragonborn, because I kind of just drew the beard on him instead of like coloring it in like I did with Cole.
Yeah. Oh, that design for that those tendrils.
How fun was it to draw Alex versus?
By the way, I was
please go pro. Sorry, you go. Everyone go. I'll go.
Okay, so I was trying to say it earlier, but I was so excited to do Cole because I just like he's just like a dude, like he's just a dude in very casual clothing, and like combine that with the lightning, which I love doing. I was so excited to do him, and I'm happy with how it turned out. Doing Alex was tricky, and not for the reasons you probably think. It's his clothes. Like he wears
his
like
clothes.
Yeah, look at all that.
He wears like he wears an undershirt.
Look at the scar. I like how you did the scar. Look at that.
It's like he wears an undershirt, and then he wears a hoodie, and then he wears a leather jacket, and I'm like, why? Like,
yeah. By the way, go play Prototype. That's what I was trying to say earlier.
Go play Prototype.
It's amazing.
Now we have
It's
a Brandon commission turned official.
yeah.
Look, it's everyone's favorite space racist.
So fun fact, kind of like with Vader, both Frieza and Megatron are my second attempts at this. The first attempts, I made all the way back when we were doing the old prediction blog. If you guys remember that, when we did like the bonus prediction blog back in like, I want to say 2020. Because that was the first year that Deathbed was taking a break between seasons, so we were doing bonus blogs. And Frieza versus Megatron is like, well, that's the match I'm like really invested in, so for obvious reasons. So I was like, let's have some fun with it, so I did that. And so this is take 2 of that.
Look at those lips.
Yeah, the lips on the original. I'm glad I did these again, because the lips on the original my original Frieza, which I might put on screen, they're bad.
Frieza's always had very feminine lips.
Yeah.
So much sound looks to
that
be
when I
like...
first watched DBZ as a kid, I thought Frieza was a woman.
I mean,
it doesn't
he
help.
was voiced by Linda Young.
Yeah. His original voice actor did not help with that.
And thus, all the Goku and Frieza Rule 34 fanfics were born.
Okay, let's not.
Oh, God. Looking back, I kind of wish I went with a brighter white for his body. It's kind of like a very soft gray.
All right, talk about Megatron.
Oh my God.
Let's talk about him.
It's funny for being my preferred character in this fight by a country mile, and for me having done this before in this exact same pose, might I add. This was kind of a bitch.
No wonder.
So, what if it had been Vey versus Megatron? You think that would have been twice as harder?
No. I'm not doing. I actually tried a long time ago. I tried drawing Bumblebee movie Optimus, and I stopped. I could not do it. Like, I got to, like, his lower torso, and I was like, yeah, no, I'm not doing this.
And that design has stayed the same in Rise of the Beast, hasn't it?
For the most part, yeah. There's a few changes, but yeah.
Which I also still haven't seen. Bro's gonna work on that for me.
I'm gonna... Yeah, okay, so this was different, because, unlike everyone else, where I would flatten all the layers once I get to the line art. For Megatron, I was like, there's just so much happening here, I can't do that. So
yeah.
So instead, I just, like, turned off all the other layers I wasn't working on. Just so I could get, like, okay, this part is his arm. This part is his other arm. Like... Because if I did what I normally do, I would have been overwhelmed. I would have lost track of where it was.
Okay, so question: is this the gun design or is this the tank design one? Because I know his outer body is the same, but is his vehicle mode supposed to be the gun or the tank for your drawing?
Yes.
Okay, acceptable answer.
I guess maybe the gun because of the smokestack in the back, but
yeah, I was gonna say that's why I was assuming it was the gun because the tank doesn't have the smokestack anymore.
Oh, that's the difference?
Yeah.
I just thought the pipe on his back was just a thing, like.
That's a gun barrel. That's the gun barrel without the silencer on. I don't know why this is so dragged out, by the way.
No.
Yeah, I was about to say this is dragging.
Okay, there we go.
Oh yeah.
Look, you were excited about Transformer. You were excited about Transformers. You wanted this to last a little longer.
I timed it to the music, but I don't know why I didn't just fade the music out.
Wait, could have just had the speed up be just a little bit slower.
Maybe, yeah.
But for the drawings.
Anyway, so yeah, Gojo. This was interesting.
Man, where is Z-Dog? He would have loved. He would have loved to see your process on this. I know he would have.
Is it bad that a big
Red
reason
Runner just showed up
I remember this episode?
Hi, Red Runner.
Hello.
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 Hello, we just did your episode. Yours
yeah,
right
I just missed
episode.
it.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're on Gojo Makima now.
We're on Gojo versus Makima.
Yeah, I see it. I see it.
Yeah, so this was interesting because I was like, I like was obviously familiar with Gojo. Like I saw the announcement for this episode, I was like, oh, I know who that is, but I hadn't like watched Jujutsu Kaisen yet. So I was like, So I grabbed a few reference images. I think the only thing I probably would have changed nowadays, I think I made him like Gojo in Jujutsu Kaisen is a little scrawny, and I don't think I really got that across.
He does wear somewhat baggy clothes, but
Yeah.
I mean, yeah.
Probably to fool people.
Yeah. Overall, he's still a little more slender, a little thinner, I'd say.
Yeah.
Everyone's favorite female villain waifu.
Woof
I don't
woof.
get it. I
All
don't
right,
get
that's
it.
enough out of you.
Nope. Oh, fine.
Honestly, doing Makima was a lot. It took a lot longer than I was expecting, which is so weird because
Really?
she,
More than the other female combatants?
Because again, she just wears like casual clothing. Like I don't know why this took me so long.
This is not casual. This is professional clothing.
Yeah, it's more business casual.
Whatever.
Yeah, this
same
It's,
diff.
it's
Hold on.
business casual. It's business casual.
Wait, Richard, you say other female combatants.
Yeah, I asked.
Isn't there just one?
I asked.
Well, it's Phoenix
No,
and
but
Raven.
I asked. Yeah,
Oh, right, Phoenix and Raven too. Okay, so
You
four.
can raise.
And Misaka. Did we forget about Misaka already?
Well, that's
I said
third.
three. I have three other ones.
Break.
Right.
Break.
Again,
Great jump scare.
I don't know why I left that in for so long because I had it in for Ant-Man, but I just like cut away from it.
It's also scribbled in, not like typed.
Yeah, I got lazy. I didn't
Fair
want
enough.
to. I didn't want to make a whole other layer just to type break.
This is fair.
Control Z
I
is
love-
easier anyway. But yeah.
Love the ponytail.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Um.
God, drawing hair like ponytails is always so interesting.
Yeah. Yeah.
I've
It's,
noticed
it's
that.
complicated.
Ponytails like that because like it's like piece by piece that you have to go. It's
I
you
think
can't just.
I think I almost considered just going without it, but she looked so wrong without it. So.
Yeah.
There's also such an interesting pattern to it. Like, there is some. It's
And
not
I like the
just
scrunchy you got there.
Yeah, sorry. Anyway.
No, go.
No, I feel like I don't know how to describe what I was trying to say
Break!
anyway.
Break jump scare!
I guess I wasn't super lazy there.
Yeah.
It comes and goes.
Yeah. So yeah, I really don't have a lot to say on these ones. This was like, yeah. It's Gojo and Makima, all right. That's really. I wish I kind of like remembered the process going into it, but I don't, because this was back in like October.
Okay, this next one I'm very excited about because
Yeah,
you personally you showed this to me first before you had to go live.
Yeah, that's true. Cause I was like, well, this is your big matchup, so I was like, screw it.
Hey, more Sonic Heroes music.
Yeah. Yeah, I definitely wanted to go with something like spookier with the music, but not like super outside of my wheelhouse, you know. But I was like, if I use Scooby and Courage music, I'm probably gonna get like super hard copyright.
Potentially,
probably.
maybe depends. I honestly, it's
I feel
loosey.
If I'm being honest, I feel like Courage music is probably slightly safer, but I don't know.
Yeah, you're probably right.
Yeah.
But I still wasn't taking that chance.
I mean-
I was like, well, there's a track from Sonic Heroes that I like a lot that fits this, so sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Can I also
Plus,
just say,
Plus, video
okay.
game OSTs are pretty safe, unless it's Kingdom Hearts.
oh yeah,
Yeah.
no, absolutely.
Or
By the way,
Nintendo.
can I say? I can
Unless
say
it's
this confidently.
Okay, Nintendo music is actually generally safe.
Yeah.
It's safer now. It's safer nowadays,
Yeah.
but there was a huge thing about like people getting DMCA'd over using Nintendo
I can
music.
I think
say
that's mostly the Donkey
confidently-
Kong rap.
Bro, I can confidently say, because John is okay with me saying this, you drew Scooby way better than he did in the ports. he doesn't like drawing dogs, and he told us this on our ranking. Courage is the easiest design to do because look at Courage, he's just a bean.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I will say,
Also-
looking back on Courage, I feel like I made him a little too,
Chunky.
chunky.
It's all Muriel's cooking he's been eating.
Yeah.
I think it's less him being chunky than his limbs being a bit too small or too thin.
Maybe.
Maybe.
Maybe it's just that.
But I definitely,
It might be,
because I remember when this was coming up, I was asked by someone, it might have been you, Richard. I was like, are you gonna draw Courage screaming? And I'm like, hell no.
I did ask you that, yeah.
I was like,
That's actually the
hell
best
no.
part. That's actually the funniest part about drawing Courage for me.
But
I like his funny.
I wanted to go with something like more in line with what the others are.
Hey, look, it's my
especially-
profile pic.
Like, and like looking at Scooby, like if I drew Courage screaming next to Scooby, that would have looked seriously out of place. So I was like, I'll just give him like he's happy to be here, but he's like he has that like timid, like when you like tap your fingertips together, like he's got that little bit of like a timid look to him.
Yeah. By the way,
we're already on Rick, but I'm just when I drew it, I just didn't want to. I didn't want to do them screaming like they were in the thumbnail, so I just made them scared instead. I remember that.
Yeah, that was good.
Which is fair. By the way,
Got the
bro, this
music
music
from,
choice, yeah, it's a bit sus.
What? It's Wrath of Cortex. It's so fun.
What do you mean it's sus? What are you talking about? It's
Oh, I'm just thinking because you use that for Among Us videos.
I have such a
okay.
weird relationship with Wrath of Cortex, bro.
Yeah.
Oh, personally,
it
it was my first main Crash game for me. So it's
yeah.
Listen, I'm not joking when I say, as a kid, I got stuck on the water boss. I never managed to get past it, I don't think.
Oh, the fucking water boss.
Well, anyways, notice how we didn't talk about
what
Rick at all.
Yeah, sorry. I don't know Rick.
Your Rick design was good.
Yeah, I got a lot of people saying that they liked how Rick turned out. Okay,
Look at that screwdriver.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh my
So
god,
much
doing
detail in the
this.
song
Oh my god,
screwdriver.
doing the screwdriver was such a bitch.
Yeah, you went a bit too hard on it.
Oh no, just
especially
imagine.
especially since it's that small. Like,
Yeah, no. Well, imagine if it was the 11th Doctor. His screwdriver is massive.
I swear, they kept saying that it was the newest Doctor. It wasn't. Let's.
Thank you. That's what I
It
said
wasn't.
too. It was. It was totally the 10. But
yeah.
damn.
It looked good, and I get why they said that. So
yeah, no. But
Yeah.
oh, look
Yeah.
at that logo. That's a great use of the logo with Rick. You got.
Oh boy, here we go.
Oh,
Oh
big
yeah,
one.
here we go.
This is the
charm.
this is the big one.
Yeah.
This
okay.
I am excited for this one. Okay, so
Yeah,
again,
you went super hard on this one.
yeah.
Yes,
Okay,
he
so
did. He
so
told
again,
us.
yeah.
so again,
I remember.
like with like Vader, Frieza, and Megatron, both Goku and Superman were my second attempts. The first attempts. Okay, the first attempt for Goku you can see in my my newest voice actors video. The one for Superman, I kind of don't want to show because I'm kind of embarrassed by it.
Oh.
And not because like the art itself is bad, but that's all I'm really going to say. It was I don't really want to go into some of my
No,
like
it's okay.
earlier like 2021, 2022 stuff. because some of that yeah.
Nice, nice use of putting the kanji on the right side instead of on the left side.
So
I've noticed some people put it on the left.
So the pose for this is based on it's his iconic fighting pose, yeah. But the angle of it is based on when he does it in Resurrection of F. Like I found a screenshot of that and I was like, that's literally exactly what I'm going for. But because I was using that as a hard reference, I almost drew him in his Resurrection of F design, which I'm not a big fan of.
Same. I hated that gi.
So
yeah, that was a choice.
Like you could probably see it looking back, but there was a time when I was like, wait, I'm drawing him in his Resurrection of F look. I shouldn't be doing that, so I erased it.
So I remember asking you when I saw the finished design of this, and maybe it's because Ruby X Justice League was on my mind, but I saw the symbol and I thought, did you just use the shield from Ruby X Justice League Part 2 as inspiration? And you told me no, you didn't.
I might have pulled up like 1 or 2 reference shots from it, just like because, but no, this is definitely more like the classic Superman, like the classic post-crisis Superman.
I haven't actually seen Ruby X Justice League. Does it look really similar or something?
The shield does, yeah. Like the shield kind of has the way the shape of the shield is. That bro has it. It's almost similar to that in the in Ruby X Justice League Part 2. Like it's not straightened. It feels more flat. It feels more, like that.
All right. So now we get to why this. Now we get to why this is the big one.
Yeah.
Because I just decided, because I'm a crazy person apparently. Why don't we just do a whole ass poster out of this? Sure, why not?
I would buy the
finale.
Poster.
Yeah, a little bit.
Oh, the finale.
Well, yes.
Finale.
No, yes. Yeah, it's definitely the finale.
Kind of.
Mm-hmm.
Sorry, I forgot. You said, what am I talking about? 2 different versions. I'm stupid, don't worry about it. This was basically the finale, though, let's be real.
Yeah, no, in my heart, it's the finale.
Yeah.
In our hearts.
This is the
was
finale.
The finale. The next episode was the epilogue.
There you go.
Yeah, there you go. This is the finale in all but name and scope.
Yeah.
Let's go with that.
So you kept the same design, obviously, the same designs for that. Talk us through what was any references that you used for these various Goku and Superman?
Oh, where do I begin? So the base one, the one that's in the center, is it's based on the first art you see in the original Goku vs Superman.
And this is the Wizard magazine.
Yeah, this is the Wizard magazine. When I was doing this, I was like, I have to reference the Wizards magazine because that was like such a big thing back in the day. So
I saw it up in the top.
Okay, yeah. So each break on this one is like another day passes. Because I would do like one thing and then stop for the day and then come back the next day or something. So.
Oh yeah, Super Saiyan 3. Oh my god, I love how you did Super Saiyan 3.
When I was doing this, I was like, I wanted to like reference all of Goku's forms, especially since they were doing.
Yeah, that was a neat touch.
Like, especially since they were throwing heroes into the mix, I was like, oh, I can do some of like the wackier like Super Saiyan 4 looks, sure. But then I was like, I'm running out of time, so I was like, let's do the ones that are like visually distinct from each other. So like Super Saiyan 1, like I was gonna do Super Saiyan 2, but it's basically Super Saiyan 1 but with electricity. Like
and the Bane is in the front instead of on the side.
So I was like, so I just skip ahead to Super Saiyan 3. Doing Super Saiyan 4 was fun because I love the Super Saiyan 4 look.
Same.
It's my favorite transformation, like, of all time.
So actually being able to reference it, I was like, hell yeah.
Also, I think it goes without saying, but you kind of had to use Brandon's Alive for this.
Yeah. Yeah, so I used the original and the remake, the remix.
Yeah.
Okay, so now we're getting into
the
Super Saiyan
Goku
God.
vs. Superman theme from season 1 at the start, right?
Yeah.
Then there was the second
Goku,
one during the
Goku and Superman individually have the 2 episode themes. So each one here is it's referencing something. I think like Super Saiyans 1 through 4, and Base Goku were based on some popular Goku versus Superman art.
Yeah, I recognized all of them.
The Super Saiyan God one that you just saw was their like first clash in the second episode when Goku is God. I'm not really a big fan of how that one turned out, but eh.
You don't even need to tell us what this one you're drawing is. This is obviously the Fighters Clash.
And Death Battle went and ripped it off.
Well, I mean, kind of. It is, but
where's Professor's royalties?
Thank you.
So it is obviously referencing Fighters, but the main reference was actually the Fighters reference clash in Gogeta versus Vegito.
Makes sense.
Because I don't think when I was doing that one, I don't think the preview had come out yet. I could be wrong. But little did I know that the episode itself would do that exact same thing. And then for Ultra Instinct, I think that's based because I wanted to do a Kamehameha. But doing one from the side,
Kamehameha Heat Vision Flash.
But finding a reference for like a Kamehameha from the side was incredibly tough. I eventually found one that was like Vegito doing it, and I was like, sure, this works. And then for Superman, it's actually it's like a one frame thing, but it's from the original Goku vs Superman when like Superman like dashes behind Goku and blasts heat vision.
Yeah, before he picks up the lamppost and
yeah.
Oh, I like how you have Goku in his Buu Saga gi, where he didn't have the kanji anymore.
I think I might have just forgot to put the kanji in. Either that or it was just too small for me to be like, yeah, I'm not doing that.
No, it's all right.
Occasionally he didn't have it. I don't even think it was just once, but yeah. Either way, it does look nice.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, look at that. That's good.
It's funny because I was finishing this up like a day or two before the episode came out, and I think I finished it while I was chilling out in a Discord call with actually, mate, you might have been in that call.
Was I?
Yeah, I think I sent you and the other guys. I forget who was there. I sent you guys like the final product before I uploaded this video.
Oh, look at that.
Must have felt so good to get that finished. Like,
oh my god!
Yeah, look,
I was like there was
biggest
like,
weight has been lifted.
Like when I was finished, I was like, oh, thank God it's over.
Please don't ever do this again, Death Battle. I don't want to have to draw them again.
Or at bare minimum, don't make me draw another Transformer after this.
There you go.
So about that.
Speaking of that,
no, it kind of reminds me. Both that one and this remind me of when I did Batman versus Iron Man. I just decided to draw them twice.
Oh, yeah.
I saw that.
With like all her armor, which is super Transformers-ish.
Yeah.
With all the details.
Yeah.
Man, I was
Galactus.
I was wondering how I was gonna do Galactus because because the problem with doing both of these guys is that like because I do full body renders, there was just no way I could really show off just how imposing they are. Because like all of their other renders, all their most popular renders are like cut off at like the waist. Which kind of shows like, yeah, these two are freaking enormous. but I was like, I don't do that though. I go all the way. But like, how can I do that and still just get the scale right? And eventually, I was like, I don't think I can, so I just won't.
I don't know if I should say, but what I would do and kind of what I did do, although you can barely see it in mine, just give them something to ground it. Like, for example, Galactus like holding the Earth and crushing it in his hand.
Yeah, or
maybe
them looming over the planet, like you see them just creeping over the planet to show how the planet is so small.
I kind of did that with the end edit. But like them looming over a planet. But yeah, I probably could have put like the Earth or something in their hands or something. But yeah.
I really like when you go through with highlights.
Doing highlights are so much fun.
Okay, now talk us through this one.
I hate doing shadows, but I love doing highlights. Okay.
Oh man. So very rarely doing these speed draws where I'm like, do I like think like I don't know if I can do this. Like for every art I've done for Death Battle since season 8, I would do them and I would commit to it. Like even when I like stopped before, like I've tried drawing like Raiden like 3 times before I finally got it down. But doing Unicron, like once I got to his legs, I was half tempted to just be like, I can't do this right now. I almost just like stopped for a second, but I was like, no, I keep going. Like I would just feel unsatisfied just quitting here, and B, I'm also recording, so
that's fair.
So I was like, yeah, I gotta finish this, like whatever happens. But the problem is like because of the like jankier nature of G1's animation, finding reference images was incredibly hard. And it doesn't help that like, I definitely could have pulled from like the HasLab figure, which is what the episode pulls the model from, but the HasLab figure has like these minor details to them that like it just doesn't feel like Unicron. Like in particular the head, like the head like on the HasLab figure is more like Unicron doesn't show emotion like at all. He's very much he's very much stone cold, but the HasLab kind of gives off like that. But the HasLab figure has like this like evil snarl to him even when his mouth is closed.
Okay, this is actually good. The pan up, I actually like. I think you did a good job with revealing the scope and size of them with the pan up.
Yeah. So yeah, that's this. Yeah, there you go.
There it is.
There it is. Yeah.
And Death Battle would use this. Where's your royalties?
Yeah, where's my royalties? So yeah, that's it. That's my
cool.
That's all. Like okay,
that's my journey through season 10.
Yeah. So what was your favorite? What was your favorite one to draw? We should probably ask you. We should end right here.
Actually, there are probably 2 different questions to ask. Which one is your favorite, like finished product, and which one is the most fun to draw?
There you go.
Finished product. That's a tricky one. I think favorite one to draw was probably. Honestly, it might have been Goku, because I just like doing, like, Akira I like bouncing off of Akira Toriyama's art style and giving Goku his game face that he has. I love doing that. So yeah, that was probably my favorite one to do. Favorite finished product? It's fun. I don't know, because a lot of them are probably soured by the experience. Like, I love how Dimitri turned out, but drawing him was hell.
Okay, that answers my next
you like
question.
how he turned out, though. There you go.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, focus on the positive.
My next question was going to be, but what was the least favorite finished product?
Okay.
Least favorite finished product. I'm not gonna lie, I wasn't like. It took me sometimes when I finish these artworks, they take me a minute to like kind of get used to them. Like this is how the finished product turns out. Like I would finish it and I'm like, but like I'm not super into it, but at the same time, like it's a little too late to go back in and fine tune it, you know, just with how I do this. Like once it's done, it's done. Like I probably can go back in and you know, tune them up a bit, but it's complicated, and especially with this year doing these videos, I was like, if I fine tune it, then it's not going to be in the video. It's just going to look weird. And also just doing it in general is just kind of a bitch. So,
is there anyone that if you had the chance to go back and redo it, like which drawing would you go back for which episode and just be like, you know what, I think I like this better. Like, let me see if I can do that.
Well, I did mention when we were talking about Cole and his like stubble.
Yeah.
I just like drew the stubble on the Dragonborn instead of like shading it in like I did on Cole. Like if I went back to the Dragonborn, I could probably just like shade the stubble on instead of drawing it on. But meh. I think the one that I was like the least proud of when I finished it was probably Killua and Misaka. Like, I don't know. Something about them just like they just weren't doing it for me. Like for Killua, I think it was just the head. Like I think I was like, part of it was like, I think I made his hair too small. Like he's got kind of a giant poofy hair.
Big anime hair.
Yeah, big
He
anime
has a
hair.
stupid amount of hair.
Yeah, so I feel like I kind of made his a little too small. And just, I don't know, just the faces on both him and Misaka just like, they just didn't feel like the characters, but over time I just kind of got used to them.
You know what's funny? I remember. Okay, so I've considered changing my Killua Misaka thumbnail so many times because it took me a while to realize, but I completely forgot to draw the little curl, like the 4 curls that are in the front of Killua's hair. I just never drew those.
Oh.
Like, I just completely forgot about them.
It's funny because those curls are actually what convinced me that I think I drew his hair too small. Because like they take up like most of his hair. Like they take up so much space. But like
typical
on the
anime hair.
But like on the actual like animation model, they're like relatively small. Like they're in scale with like the size of his head, but not the size of his hair. But yeah. I think
I have 2 more questions when you're done.
Yeah, I think as far as finished products are concerned, again, I think I really wish I could have found a way to get the scale right on Galactus and Unicron. I think Unicron especially kind of like I think he's too chunky, honestly. We were talking about it with Courage, but I think Unicron especially is like really wide. Like he really shouldn't be this wide, but he is. But at the same time, like again, like just the amount of reference images I saw that contradicted each other, I was like, okay.
I mean, you
Well, you obviously know my thoughts on courage. I mean, look at what my profile pic is.
Yeah.
I mean, Unicron's a very, very large character. Like, even...
Yeah.
I remember when I drew...
He's large,
Yeah, I
but
know
he's not,
he's
like-
large because...
He's not like chunky, you know? He's just
I would kind of disagree, honestly.
He's a little
I think,
thick.
yeah, he's a bit of a chunky guy. Like when you look at his original
I don't want to
design from whatever. Like
I don't want to make it sound like
bulky.
Unicron's. I don't want to make it sound like
Bulky, I
Unicron's been eating chunky ice cream or something. You know, I hear that word chunky, and I'm just like, what has he been eating too much chunky? Chunky monkey. Mate will get a kick out of that reference.
He's eating ice cream because he's depressed. That's the last episode. Anyway,
Oh,
Sweet Shaun of the Dead.
damn! That was good. That was.
but he's very bulky. I think it's the better term.
yeah, bulky. Yeah, he's bulky.
He's
But like,
extremely bulky. Yeah, I think that's the better, more appropriate.
Okay, so my last two questions are: okay, so you've gone through everything, but what character designs from season 10, which is the one that you kind of hold dear to your heart? Like, oh, this is out of all 10 episodes, out of all 16 episodes, and this amount of characters I had to draw, this is the one that lives rent free in my heart, like as my absolute favorite that I feel the most proud of.
That's a good question, actually. Probably, if I had to say, probably Scooby Courage or Goku Superman. Although Goku Superman lives rent free for a lot of reasons, but
Yeah. Well, why Scooby Courage? Why is that one?
I don't know. Like, well, for one, I like doing cartoon characters for basically the same reason I like doing comic book characters.
Oh yeah. It's fun.
Yeah.
It's therapeutic when you draw cartoon characters. I've noticed for other
a
people.
little bit. Yeah, a little bit. Especially since like looking up like reference images for Scooby, especially like Scooby turned out as good as he did because there's just so many reference images I found that were like exactly what I was going for.
Right.
So I was like, yeah, let's just do that. Like that's what I was gonna do anyway. So, all right, there we go.
And then more or less same for Courage, right?
Yeah, for the most part, yeah. I mean, none of them got the like exact thing I was going for, but they got like the general idea. Like there was one that like was just Courage just basically standing up, and his face was exactly what I was going for. But like again, I wanted to do the arm thing.
Yeah, I love the arm thing.
So, yeah. And then Goku Superman, not just because of the poster, just like the two arts themselves. Again, I like doing that like Akira Toriyama style. And just doing Superman, like Superman is like the comic book character. Like he's the superhero. So
Eat your heart out, Batman.
well, yeah. So doing him was it felt good. To be like to do Superman and to be proud of it for once.
Mate, stop that.
What are you laughing about?
Don't worry about it.
Okay.
I'll tell you later because I think I picked up what he was. I'll tell you later.
You know what?
Okay.
I don't care anymore.
Okay, so my last question. So you said earlier that you were thinking about doing commissions. This is kind of in relation to that, but have you ever thought about just going back and doing a speed draw for a past season of Death Battle characters?
Didn't he say like early on that?
That's kind of what I'm gonna be doing. That's kind of what this whole thing is kicking off.
That sounds fun.
Yeah, I'm gonna go. The only thing is, I'm probably not gonna go back to like seasons 8 and 9 because I kind of already finished those. Even though there's definitely a lot of those that I like could definitely go back and do better. Season 8 especially, my god. Like there's so many of those that I can definitely go back to those.
One in particular, I'd like.
Yeah, I know, mate. Trust me. One day I'll fix it. I
want to focus on your stuff, but at the same time, as you're talking about it, I'm looking at my thumbnails for season 8.
No.
I fucking hate. Sorry, swear. I
don't care.
Lex Luthor's face, bro. I don't know what happened to it.
I don't know. I just assumed that you punched him in the face, Red Runner, because he's got such a smug, punchable face.
Yeah, he definitely does have a punchable face.
I gave him such
really
a
does.
smug face.
Yeah.
But then on the exact opposite end of that spectrum, I love
you're
Blake
doing
and Mikasa. But my god, okay. The emblem on Mikasa's coat, I had to draw it 3 times.
Oof, yeah.
Because of the
Oh
rules
my
I
God.
chose. Okay, I'm done.
Yeah, that was
No,
fun.
it's good. Wait a minute. So does this mean I get to see, bro? Does this mean I get to see you draw a Starscream now?
I have a Starscream render already done, but much like Superman, I'm not proud of it. And for like the same reason.
Wishing you good luck. Wishing you good luck for season 2. Just for
I'm not gonna go season by season. I'm just gonna do whatever episode.
You should. You know what you should do? You should just make that kind of another kind of commission. Just if anybody wants you to draw a particular death battle combatant that's been in a past episode, give your own take on it. You could do that as well, or just maybe a future death battle combatant that could be there.
I mean, my art commissions are basically just who do you want me to draw? All right, done. That's basically what they're gonna be. I like if they've been in death battle before, I don't give a shit.
Any biases on who you like? Say somebody gives you, I don't know, an MLP character, and you're like, I can't do that, and it's not just because of what you think it is. It's just because I don't like drawing those characters, the MLP characters, and their
like
proportions.
the art style. Is that what you're?
Yeah. Like the art style. Like maybe the art style isn't in your comfort zone.
As far as like franchises are concerned, not really. Okay. I mean, like if you give me like an MLP character, I'm probably gonna do it in my own style, like kind of what you've been seeing here. Like I did Discord just fine.
You make it sound like it was no problem at all, or John Mitchell and other people who have had to draw Discord hate it.
Well, here's the difference. A single image versus a shit ton for a storyboard.
Yeah, that's probably is it too. Yeah. I mean, I don't want to turn this into like the rules of my commissions because I'm gonna do a video on that when I get details finalized.
But obviously get your do's and don'ts.
Well, I have my do's and don'ts. I'm just working on like fine tuning it, but I also don't really want to like dump it all here because like that's not what this video is about.
Of course.
No, naturally.
But yeah, to answer your question from way earlier, yes, I will be going back to previous seasons and doing them. That's kind of what this whole thing is kicking off. So
will they be commentaries, or are you just gonna have them be traditional speed drawings with music?
Probably just gonna be traditional. Like they're just gonna, like I'm gonna do one for each episode, basically.
Oh, okay. I was gonna say if you do a commentary, I want to join in on He-Man versus Lion-O to kind of hear your thoughts on drawing
maybe
these kind of half-naked characters.
Maybe at the end of the year, I'll do another commentary. On my
I want to be there for season 9 for Sauron Lich King.
I'm gonna be focusing on prior to season 8.
Yeah, of course. But
and for the record, I'm not drawing Sauron and Lich King again. You cannot make me.
No, but you're probably gonna have to touch.
That was the most miserable.
What you're probably gonna have to touch. You're probably gonna have to touch Nightmare versus Gods.
Actually, I don't have to do Gods again. Oh wait,
You don't.
I don't have the file
Unless
anymore.
you want.
Oh shit.
Nightmare's gonna be fun because like there's a shit ton of designs
I do have to
you
do,
can pick
I
up.
do have to do Nightmare, don't I? Okay.
Yeah. Maybe just skip
use
that
his,
one.
Just use his early design. It'll have less
Yeah.
detail to it.
Yeah.
I mean,
There you go.
knowing me, I love the Soul Calibur 4 design. I'm probably just gonna do that, even though
Me
it's probably
too.
gonna be such a bitch.
It is a good design.
Man, I didn't even think about that. Like, I have to do. I'll have to do episodes featuring characters that appeared in this season, but I don't have any of the raw files anymore. That's. I guess I'll have to figure that out.
You'll have to redraw Optimus Prime.
That's
Oh
true.
no!
That's
boy.
true.
You'll have to redraw a Gundam.
Oh no! Not the Gundam.
So many robots.
I have
So
to
many
ask,
robots.
for season 7, when you get to Red versus Blue,
Oh boy!
Oh boy.
are you just gonna do one red spot and one blue spot, or are you
No.
gonna do everyone?
I'm probably gonna do everyone. Because okay, and the reason why.
And that would include the Warhog and Sheila, right?
I was gonna say, are you
I'm
gonna
not- I'm
include
prob-
Sheila?
I'm probably not gonna include the Warthog. To be
Oh,
honest.
Okay, it would
Fair enough.
it would be kind of cool. Actually, maybe I shouldn't put ideas in your head, but it would be kind of cool to draw them like riding the Warthog and the other team on Sheila.
Yeah.
Maybe.
Well, but then what about Lopez and Donut? Although there is one thing you could have Donut do, which I
No.
think he'd be down for doing.
No, he'd be down for it, but I'm not doing it. If I do that, I'm probably just gonna have because they had a render in the episode when they announced the winners of the blues kind of like surrounding Sheila.
Yeah.
I might just do that, but no, that's if I do them together, but I'm 100% doing them separate, and the reason why is because I already have Sarge, Church, and Lopez already.
Gotcha.
Although I definitely need to redo Sarge. And I guess if I'm gonna do that episode, I'm probably just gonna redo Church and Lopez anyway. But yeah, I'm definitely gonna do them separate. Which means I do have to draw Sheila, which pray for me.
That's what I was gonna say. I will be praying for you, you poor bastard. I don't wish that on.
You know what's funny? I could probably say something about because I've always talked about like how I hate drawing armor, and now I have to draw 9 characters with armor. But the thing is
Beautiful.
that all of their armors are basically the same, and I've drawn them like several times at this point.
Yeah.
I'm just kind of used to it.
Tiniest variation.
Yeah.
I mean, the only thing is like Caboose has a different helmet, and that's basically it.
Yeah, the only other thing is like they carry different weapons.
Yeah,
Well,
yeah.
Have you ever drawn
I'm
Iron Man before?
Yeah, I'm definitely gonna draw them with different weapons. Yeah, I've drawn Iron Man before.
Okay, because I was gonna say you could just use the same process for War Machine whenever you draw him.
That's true.
Except
Although
he has all those guns.
Although if I do Iron Man Lex, I'm gonna have to draw him again, and oh boy.
And draw Lex in his war suit again.
You know,
oh god.
actually, drawing Lex's war suit back in the day wasn't that bad because I based it off of his MK versus DC look, which isn't that complicated. So I might just do that again, and it's more sleek,
I am.
which goes in line with Iron Man's. So
You know, if there's one episode I'm looking forward to seeing you draw, it is Samurai Jack versus Afro Samurai.
Oh,
just to see
yeah,
kind
that's
of
gonna
be
that's gonna be fun.
just to do that Gendy Tartakovsky style and that afro style.
Yeah.
Draw that long ass afro.
Yeah, let's hope I learned my lesson after doing Killua.
Yeah.
But
you also gotta draw the headband on the afro too.
I don't know. Maybe I'll kind of like dumb it down a little bit.
There you go.
Kind of like a little bit more in line with like the episode itself.
Yeah, like the animation
style
of
And then if somebody's like,
but anyways, we're rambling.
Yes. We were asking questions.
Well, unless anybody has more questions, we should probably wrap this up.
Rambling is common. I agree with Red Runner. Rambling is common. It's traditional.
Yeah. I mean, I love rambling, but let's try.
Don't worry.
Let's try to keep this video to the point. Yeah.
Well, let's not have this be a 4-hour Brobus cast.
Yeah, I mean this video is already going to be over an hour just based on that's how long all the speed draws are together. But yeah, now we're just talking but now we're just talking. So.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't think any more questions.
No, that was good. Thank you for having us on here to relive the memories.
Yeah, thanks for coming.
I only joined halfway, but yes.
Well, maybe off
as well.
Yeah, you know what, Red Runner, for you off camera, we'll go through the first half.
Yeah, because I want Red Runner to see Alex versus Cole because I name dropped you, Red Runner. Oh.
All right. Well, if there's no more questions, let's wrap this up.
Yeah, let's wrap it up. Can we and say our goodbyes and all that?
Yeah. So, all right. Well, thank you for watching this video. I hope you're excited for the videos to come. I'm basically gonna do them really until either I run out of episodes, which there's a lot of them, or until Death Battle comes back. Whenever the hell that may be.
Hopefully soon.
Hopefully.
So, but until then,
again, fuck you, Warner Brothers.
Yeah. Well, until then, I'll have videos to hold you guys over. Not just with the speed draws. That's a bit of a wink, wink, nudge, nudge. Maybe something me and Richard recorded earlier this week. Maybe. And maybe something me and Z-Dog did like the day after. Maybe.
Yeah.
And that we're gonna continue to do hopefully soon.
And then maybe something Z-Dog, Bro, and I are talking about doing down the future. Maybe. Wink, wink.
The point is, there's a lot of wink, wink, nudge, nudge. We'll have plenty. We will have plenty of videos to hold everybody over until until either Death Battle comes back or really just until we figure out what to do with the future of this channel. So with that, so thank you for watching. Hope you enjoyed, and we will talk to you all whenever we see you all again. Which for me will be the next video. Bye, everybody.
Bye.
Bye.
#save Death Battle, motherfuckers.